Welcome to another edition of Mike and Scott's BS Session, home of the latest news in the bass fishing industry. So pull up a chair and get ready. This is not your mama's fishing show. Okay, enough of the blah, blah, blah. Here's Mike and Scott.
That intro is pretty intense. It scared the bejesus out of me when it clicked on.
You know, the funny thing was, we were just sitting here yakking,
and all of a sudden,
the intro started.
We instantly went to silent mode.
This is not your mama's fishing show.
No, and apparently not. No, mess around.
No, don't mess around with this fishing show. What a crazy week.
Oh, for me, it's been
a whirlwind.
Yeah, it has been.
Yeah,
so busy.
Me too. I'm just a lot of work.
I've had a few invitations to go fishing. I did go fishing. Like I complained that I haven't been fishing,
right.
And the reality is, I went to Florida and I fished for 3 days straight.
Yeah, for 100-pound fish.
Yeah, but I get back home and I just want to go bass fishing.
Yeah, I know. And,
the hell with tarpon.
I know.
Okay, they're fun.
Just want to go fishing.
You do one in a year, once a year.
Yeah.
But I want to go bass fishing.
But we live in Canada. You can't go.
No, but even I'm going to Vermont.
I know. It's tough.
Just I keep having to say no.
I know.
What am I gonna do?
I think you know what I think you should do. Quit your job.
Yeah. Okay. I'm listening.
And we'll live in an appliance box under the bridge.
That's the ticket.
There you go.
I'm in.
All right.
And we'll collect coins
at the corner during the day. And fish in the afternoon.
So we'll be able to buy our little buckets of worms, right?
You got it. And maggots.
That's perfect. I'm in.
I can see us doing it.
Yeah.
And we can do the show from there.
Absolutely.
We're on the bank today.
Yeah, hopefully Loic will help us out with the internet feed because we won't be able to...
Yeah, look, we'll make it as a charitable donation.
Maybe we can make like a satellite connection out of tin cans or something.
Whoa, now you're talking.
You know?
Cell phones.
Hey.
A la base.
Yeah.
I know, it's tough. It's tough. Plus the weather has been
The weather's been terrible.
Just gorgeous.
Terrible.
It's rained every second day.
Yeah, and windy.
And very windy. The water is high. It's like mud. Every body of water looks like Lake of Two Mountains.
Yeah.
It's like Lake of Two Mountains taking
terrible.
over. It's terrible. So what are we going to do? We're going to wait.
Yeah, we're going to wait.
But the good news, your boat's ready.
It is ready. I gotta go get it.
Are you going to keep this one and actually get to fish out of it once?
Yeah, this boat is not for sale until next year.
Oh, next year? You're not going to sell it at the end of the season?
I don't know.
And what if the guy says, like, I'll take it and I'll give you this, but I got to drive away with it in a month?
I don't know. I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
But the problem is you always get nervous, when your goal is to keep the boat and sell the boat, you don't want to get stuck with the boat.
Yeah, you're worried about not finding someone to buy the boat.
Yeah.
So when you get someone that's interested,
honestly, I should have learned my lesson. Now, there's 3 boats.
So they've all gone in a blink.
The minute I even mentioned the possibility of selling the boat,
I know
they've been sold.
I know.
So, but that's good because that says that the bass market is still very good. And
to me, it also says, where's the BassCat dealer? Because if you're selling your boat every year, no problem. Like a dealer could potentially get rid of 2, 3, 4, 5 boats.
Yeah, I think honestly, there's a good market for BassCat boats. Okay.
Yeah.
To sell a good 2, 3 boats a year.
I would say at least.
Yeah.
I'd say at least. You sold almost 2 boats in 1 year.
Almost, yeah. Yeah.
So, no, that's a good thing. So when are you going down to get her?
Well, I talked to Steve the Boss Man Bosley.
The Bozer.
And I don't know if
the Bozerooner.
I bet he heard that when he was in school.
Yeah, I think so.
He wanted to leave Monday, but I didn't get all the paperwork done yet this week. So.
Okay. All I have to say, don't let Steve stay in any cheesy motel.
I can't.
Last time he did that?
Yeah, I'm going to have to get my own room.
Yeah.
Because he told me that
there's some
he
things
snores.
going on. Yeah, snores. And he likes to destroy the bathroom like a rock star.
Yeah, we heard that.
Yeah.
I ain't paying the fee. I'm not putting my name on that.
I just don't want you, pulled over on the side of the road with an APB out on the guy who destroyed the. That's right.
The Holiday Inn.
Exactly. The velvet picture of Elvis over the bed.
Exactly. So
stay away from.
And apparently,
he
bunked with Dave Willock one time.
Yeah.
And the snoring got so bad that it forced Dave Woolak
back into the truck. Yeah, into the truck. Steve is a legend.
He is a legend. Yeah.
Steve is a legend.
Not only is he a good fisherman, but he can clear a room.
Well,
that's his trick.
I have heard about
He
clearing
so
the room.
Loud
I haven't seen the good fishing part yet.
Well,
I've heard stories.
Well, he's fishing the B1.
Well, yeah, but you know something?
And you know what?
There are a lot of people fishing the B1.
We're fishing also a tournament. We're fishing the Lafave tournament together.
This I got to see.
Yeah.
I may actually just go out to get pictures of that one.
Yeah. Well, it should be a good event. It's always a good event.
No, it is always a good event. It always is a good event.
And I think it's for pretty much a cause, too. It's like, well, the Lions Club supports a lot of...
Yeah. The big thing this year, from what I understand, is Renegade booked a tournament like on the same day or something. Why did they do that? Every year for the last like 25 bazillion years,
been like
the Lafave tournament has been on the same day. Why did Renegade go? Or I think that's why I understood that Renegade booked a tournament on that day. That doesn't
make sense.
Didn't seem like it had too much thought in it, but it is a good event.
I'm sure it'll be a great
Lafave
tournament
is a good
anyway.
charity.
There's usually like 100 boats in this tournament.
Oh yeah,
80, 100 boats.
Yeah, no, it's a good event, no doubt, from southeastern Ontario.
Yep.
And you're going to find out just what kind of hole shot that boat has.
Oh yeah. Well, I got that thing figured out now. I figured it out on the old boat.
But you haven't had it figured out with the boss man in the boat.
No, I have not.
There you go.
Yeah.
So we will see what kind of hole shot that boat has.
We'll see.
Yeah. Some of the tidbits. Last weekend, Scotty, you might have seen the pictures on fishincanada.net of the final Fishin' Canada Big Pike Challenge on Bay Missisquoi of the year.
Who was the winner of the Big Pike Challenge?
It was a Mr. Charpentier. Was his name, and his partner. They won. They had some pretty good fish.
Is that Daniel Charpentier's son?
I believe so.
Right.
I believe so. Nice guy. Nice young fella. Had him and his partner brought in, I believe, 93 inches worth of pike. But here's the kicker. Last year, tournament 1 week earlier, 121 inches of pike.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Big difference.
Big difference.
Huge difference.
Huge difference. So we're surprised. The fish were on average smaller
like
this year.
2 feet, 2 foot of difference right there.
Close to it.
Yeah.
Close to it. Good foot and a half, right?
Yeah.
So it was a terrific event that would not have been possible had it not been for the support we get from Evinrude to produce these things. The funny thing is, we're setting up the tents and the banners and all the flags and everything else. And this guy comes along and he parks his truck, right? And he's got an Evinrude on it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like 110,000 years old.
Right, so it's like a Johnson.
Yeah. But it's marked
Evinrude?
Yeah, the original Evinrude thing on it.
So it had like, how was the deco on it?
It was
like
weird.
Three lines?
3 lines, going on it.
Yeah.
And it was, like, this was your daddy's
old
motor.
carburetor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did it have a pull crank on it?
Yeah, the old pull thing going, an aluminum prop that looked like it was in a Bass-O-Matic, right? So the young guy, you can see, the young guy's, he's using his last couple of pennies here to go fishing.
He's pumped.
He's pumped, right? He wants to get out there. And he pulls up and he sees the truck and the tents and the thing. And he gets out of the car and he walks over with his girlfriend. He says, hey, he says, do you guys work for Evinrude? And I said, well, as a matter of fact, we represent Evinrude.
Yeah.
I said, why do you ask? His girlfriend says, well, he said he just bought his boat. And he's all happy that he's got an Evinrude. I said, well, today's your lucky day. I walked into the truck, pulled him out a couple of T-shirts and hats.
Yeah.
Got a photo with them they went to photo beside the big Evinrude.
Yeah, the 250.
The HO.
250. Yeah.
And
made him a happy camper.
They went out fishing with their hats and their T-shirts on.
That's awesome.
But that's the great thing about these events, and that's what we're finding more and more.
Is that you're getting these new people coming to these events. Whether they have an Evinrude or whatever other brand motor.
That's it.
That's not the point.
It's not
the point. Is that the people are coming out there.
Yep.
They're participating in these events.
Mm-hmm.
And
we're growing the sport.
There's more and more people coming to these.
Yeah,
events.
brand exposure, growing the sport, and everybody's happy, having a good time.
It was sold out again.
Yeah, again. So
again,
we're
2 tournaments back to back.
Yeah,
sold out.
Boom, boom.
Shabbat, you got to make more sticks for next year.
But we keep losing.
Go buy furring strips. They're 99 cents.
People are they're keeping the sticks for souvenirs now. The measuring sticks.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have to initial them.
I think so. We have to do something.
Yeah.
And
keep them
or keep a firstborn as a deposit.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So no, but it was a lot of fun. We had a great day. It was supposed to rain. It didn't rain. Held off.
That's great.
And I think that's all about karma for our events.
Yeah.
We always find a way to make it out of the rain. So we've been lucky. As I said, the fishing wasn't quite as good as last year, but people were still catching
water.
Yeah, there was lots of water. People were catching lots of fish,
yeah.
but not a lot of big fish. So at least there was some action going on. And
well, it must have made it a tight field.
It was a very tight field, but these tournaments are really easy to I don't want to say weigh in, but it's not a weigh in, but to calculate the winners. When everybody comes out of the water, here's how it works. So you have to have 3 fish at different lengths, preferably at the top, second, and third strip on the board, because that means you've got 3 fish as long as they can be to qualify.
Good luck.
Right? Yeah, good luck. It's tough.
That's a long board.
So when everybody comes off the water, you just ask them who has 3 fish in each of those stripes, and that whittles it down to say maybe 4 guys or 5 guys.
Yeah.
And then you look at their fish and you say, okay, I have 2 fish in the bottom one, I got 1 on the top. Okay, so that's worth this many inches.
But you can't have 2 fish in the same slot.
No, correct. So he has 1 in maybe the third, 1 in the top,
and 1 at the bottom.
And 1 at the bottom.
Right.
So then you start calculating the way it goes, and it takes about 45 minutes to do about 30 teams, and you've got your winners. It's really that easy.
Yeah, I know. It was
no
very smooth. I was at the first event.
Yeah.
I was unable to go to the second one, but
right. No
dead fish.
No fish lying all over the shoreline.
Well, who knows what they're doing with them in the boat?
Oh,
you could
God.
be soccer kicking them. I don't know.
You don't know, right?
I've seen guys soccer kick pike.
Yeah, drop kick pike back in the water. It's a shame.
It is, but
they no dead fish. Everything's returned to the water right away after the photo, and to swim and be caught another day. And that's the great thing we like about it. And now I've had guys from the U.S. sending me emails saying, send me pictures and instructions on how you do this. We want to try it here. So hopefully this kind of a tournament will catch on where there's no harm to the fish, the pike, there's none killed, and they're put in there. Now, you may not like pike, you may not like sheephead, you may not like these different species, but they serve a purpose in the ecosystem.
Yeah,
and you've got to leave them in there. You can't just go around randomly, trying to slaughter off a certain species of fish without any impact to the ecosystem.
Well, that brings me to another point that I wanted to discuss. Maybe we can do it on this show if we have time.
Yeah.
If not, invasive species.
Yeah.
You get like the snakeheads. The Potomac River is loaded with snakeheads.
I know, and now they're
guys
saying they found
fishing
them in the Great Lakes.
They're in the Great Lakes.
Yeah.
What would be if once a year you hold an annual event?
The snakehead slaughter.
The snakehead slaughter. No, I'm serious.
No, I know, but I don't know if you could do that. I would. There's got to be an easier way to do this.
No, there's a
net
problem.
them.
You can't.
Net them.
No, because you net so many other things.
No, you can release them.
And when you drag net,
you know who we have to ask this question for?
Yeah.
Brian Hickey of the St. Lawrence River Institute.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get Brian Hickey.
We're gonna get him on the show and ask him.
We need to get a pro.
How can we control invasive species from?
I like my idea.
I like your idea too, but I'm not
I like
sure.
your name, but I like my idea. The snakehead slaughter.
Snakehead slaughter.
Yeah.
The Asian carp bonanza.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You get in there.
I know.
You get 200 anglers on the water, fishing for money.
Right. And
your
snakeheads are the only thing you're allowed to
bring
catch.
them back. Exactly.
Yeah. I've seen fish cut in half by snakeheads.
Yeah,
they're missing half. Oh yeah, they're all teeth.
Yeah. And they'll just take they just take what's around their mouth.
Yeah,
One half goes one way, the other half goes the other way, and they take a chunk.
Yeah, and they go. So if everybody's wondering what a snakehead looks like, go Google snakehead, and you'll see the picture. They're vicious-looking little buggers, and I wouldn't want to try and lip one. That's for sure.
It wouldn't be a good idea.
No. Last week also we had another really good time because when we were done. So here's the weekend.
You had an exceptionally good time.
Last weekend was a blur.
I saw those pictures on Facebook.
It was great. There's more pictures to come.
Okay.
We left there, so we do the
I want to see the ones that aren't going to go on Facebook.
We have all kinds of pictures. Well, you'll see them all.
I want to see the ones that...
You'll see them all.
That go into the private gallery.
Private gallery. Yeah, there's a big private gallery that we only get VIP access.
Yeah.
So we finished the weigh-in, or the measure-in, right? Let me take a look here. We finished there, and we go home. We get home, and then we, hold on, let me just double click this. There we go. Okay, so I take this, and then I go here, and I go like this, and I go like that.
So see, that's
there we
exactly
go.
what I'm talking about. I want to see the private gallery of this. What happened
What?
after all those beers were drank and that wine was drank?
Well, I'll show you.
Okay.
I'll show you. Hold on.
Okay.
Well, the people who are listening can't see, right? So
No.
the people who are listening
but we
can't
don't
see.
necessarily want them to see.
The people listening can't see. You idiot. There's my grass guy.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
my John Mack and his wife.
Yeah. Where's the picture I took with him last week?
I was up on Facebook. There's
I didn't see the picture.
the organizer, Teresa.
Yeah.
Huh? Isn't that nice? Look at that. Isn't that a great shot?
Teresa Belanger.
Teresa Belanger. There's the people from the Beauce, all the way from the Beauce.
I love the Beauce.
The Beauce is great. There's the crowd. Look at that. Isn't that great?
Yeah, a lot of people.
It was great. It was a great turnout. Great turnout. It was fantastic. Huh? Look at Teresa.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
What a hottie. And she's single, guys. She's single. She's waiting.
Was that Uncle Benji over there?
Yes, it is. I'll show you a better picture of Uncle Benji.
Bass Saver.
Hold on. There he is. Look at that.
Yeah.
Master of ceremonies.
Yeah. Anytime you go to Scotty's, you gotta grab the mic.
He is. It's a Greenfield Park thing.
Yeah. Right? It's a park thing. Yeah.
It is. Yeah. So, a lot of fun was had by everybody, and we'll be going up, and there's my grass guy again. He won a prize.
Yeah, sweet.
Everybody won. Notice all the Evinrude hats everywhere, my friend?
Of course.
Everybody doing the Evinrude. That's the way we roll. There we go, with Mom. That's Teresa's mom.
Okay, I thought it was...
No, Teresa's mom. There's Teresa.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun. There's Teresa with the sign. So...
How come she's not wearing any clothes?
This one?
No.
Oh, yeah. So this is there, and there's the banner. There's another one, so there's more. And we'll be putting up some more pics. But at the end of the day...
Was it an accident?
It was... No.
No.
And... So at the end of the day, like I said, we had people from Three Rivers, the Beauce.
All over the place.
Yeah, we had Diane and Jean-Marc Desrochers were
West
there.
Island, downtown.
West Island. Team Evinrude, of course, supported the event.
Of course, the park crew.
The park crew were there. Yeah. There was Evinrude and the Rude crew supplied hats, T-shirts, banners. It was a great, great time. I got a text message from you at 12:30. No, it couldn't have been. We had gone before that.
Like 11:30. It was late.
Yeah, maybe 11:30.
It was
late. This ended at about 10:30, and then I think I left at about 11:30. Yeah, it didn't go too late. So, like I said, a great time was had by everybody who attended. I want to thank everybody who showed up and donated because it was a great event and a great cause. And on behalf of Evinrude, we were really proud to back the event and support the Leukemia Lymphoma Cancer Society, which was spearheaded by none other than good friend Teresa Belanger on this night. And she does many, many, many events, by the way. So you'll be seeing Evinrude at more of these fundraising events to find a cure for this terrible disease going forward. So get ready. You're going to see a lot more fundraising, party running, you name it, biking, we don't care, garage sales, we're going to be involved, and we're going to help her out to try and get more things going. Maybe have a ripple.
It would be a good idea to have a ripple.
Maybe have a ripple.
You had the tournament for the Children's Hospital?
Yes, we did. We had Children's for Hospital event. So now we're going to look at going forward. Yeah.
Lymphoma.
Doing something for leukemia lymphoma because, as you know, I lost one of my fishing partners to leukemia.
Yeah.
Charlie Fulford, who was a very good friend and very good fishing partner.
And leukemia is also a cancer that strikes a lot of children.
Yes, it is. A lot of children get it, as you said. A lot of young people get this disease. Fortunately, the survival rate, the younger you get it, is higher than if you are older. My fishing partner was not so fortunate, obviously. He caught it when he was about 52, and he didn't last very long. In about a year and a half, Charlie was gone, unfortunately. So it's a very sad thing to watch somebody you care about who gets affected by this. So keep that in mind. Most of us today have had somebody close or near to us who has died from or been taken from us by this disease. So keep in mind and keep your eyes open when we do other events like this, and we do appreciate any support you want to give. And again, thank you to the Three Rivers, the team from Three Rivers and the Beauce and everywhere else where you came from. It was truly, truly appreciated. And thank you again to Evinrude for allowing me to help you support this event. This week is the...
Well, you can hear it. We've gone outside. Mind you, I think they've stopped racing now.
Yeah, they stop at a certain hour now.
Yeah.
So the Grand Prix is here, my friend.
It is.
Some of the ugliest
on fire
people in the world are in downtown Montreal right now. Some of the ugliest ones. That's all I have to say. It's terrible.
And some of the hottest, too, though.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I
don't even know about the ugly ones.
No, let me see. Let me tell you about a couple different places.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of hotties that like fast cars.
Oh, really?
Oh, let me tell you.
Really?
Yeah.
Get out of town.
You're taken back by that. Eh?
I've never heard of that before. But it's a great time to be in Montreal. It's a great time to be a Montrealer because downtown, almost every bar, terrace,
is loaded.
And club is packed. It is packed with some of the richest, ugliest people you will ever see in your life.
Yeah.
Also, there's the Formula One festival on Crescent Street.
Yep.
Which is sick. I've taken
There's one giant party that goes from Friday till Sunday.
Till Sunday. Yeah, it's a giant party. I've photographed that a few times. And then obviously there's the race on Sunday, for which they're calling for at least no rain for the moment, which is going to be super duper fun.
It's going to be an interesting race for one simple reason. Tomorrow are the qualifications. The weather is supposed to be terrible. It's supposed to rain.
Yeah, so
the qualifications aren't necessarily going to be reflective of.
That's a very good point.
The conditions during the actual race.
Because their setups for their qualifications tomorrow and their tires are going to be totally different.
Totally different.
If it doesn't rain on Sunday.
And some automotive companies have reputations for performing well in the rain, and
others
some have
don't. Right?
Exactly.
And this
year, vice versa.
Yeah, this year is the Pirelli controversy year. Team Pirelli, who has been supplying the tires to Formula One, have been having some difficulties on tire wear and tires not lasting long enough, and shredding too fast. So
those Quebec roads, they got to learn how to adapt to Quebec roads.
I was thinking the same thing. It's those damn potholes.
It's the damn potholes.
You know
Even the Formula One track.
We need better asphalt.
I think that's it. They're cheaping out on the ash in the fault.
Or they're keeping the fault.
Yeah, there's too much fault and no ash.
There's all fault and no ash.
Yeah.
So the Pirelli organization is under some scrutiny as to the quality of the tires they're supplying. So this could play big in Sunday's race. And my pick for Sunday's race is Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton always does well on this Montreal track. He really loves it. So I'm going to take Hamilton. And who are you looking at? Who do you figure is going to win this one?
I don't know.
No.
I was thinking.
What about?
But somebody on the Mercedes team, or I think Mercedes has got a good shot at it.
Mercedes?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a good
team.
They have a good team.
I don't know who on the team is actually going to pull it off.
Who's the girl that drives for GoDaddy?
Yeah, she's NASCAR though.
She doesn't drive for fun?
No,
she should.
What's
her name?
This is the real stuff. NASCAR is for.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's for that.
This is like NASCAR is like one
Danica Patrick.
Is that her name?
Danica Patrick.
We can find out right now.
Yeah, Danica Patrick. She should drive Formula One.
That would be hot.
Yeah.
Last year I went to the races.
Yeah. You want to go this year?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe Sunday. Well, Sunday,
yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Not supposed to rain.
I can. You have tickets?
No.
I can probably get us in the.
Scoop a couple?
Maybe I can get us in the VIP table.
I'm bringing the camera. I'm bringing the camera.
I have friends who have a couple tables, so they might have a couple open spots.
Let them know.
If the weather's no good, they'll definitely have open spots.
Yeah, for sure. Well, the weather's not supposed to be great. I think there's a 40% chance of rain. So it's not going to be sunny, 110 degrees. There's no doubt about that. Here we are on a fishing show talking Formula One.
Hey, it's a big event for Montreal.
No, it is definitely. It's a huge. Hey, my battery's at 44. What's yours at?
Mine is at 88.
Okay.
You need a little. Oops.
Scotty just threw the big screen TV.
You notice I did not swear, right?
No, I noticed.
Almost a swear.
There was a whoops.
It was a whoops and a schlitz.
Have you discovered?
At the end of the shit.
Have you discovered something? Yeah. We have tonight. We have a guy who I spoke with, a gentleman.
What time is he calling in? 8 o'clock?
He's supposed to call in
5 minutes from now.
Yeah, about 5 minutes from now. We have we covered pretty well everything, right?
Well, I wanted to talk about an event that's upcoming.
We forgot to talk about Rochelle Chouinard's daughter.
Yes.
Who recently got married and is spending her honeymoon in Montreal this week.
In Montreal.
Well, hey, it's the city to be in, man. It's the city to be in.
Of course, it's a beautiful city.
It's incredible.
And this is a great time to be here because the city has really blossomed. The F1 is here.
Yeah.
Every restaurant is packed. Anywhere you want to go, you're going to have a good time.
The hotels are there. She's lucky she got a hotel in this town.
Seriously, yeah.
She is very, very fortunate.
This is probably one of the busiest times of the year to be in the city.
Oh, yes, definitely. Definitely. No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. And I think they're trying to sign the Formula One for the next 5 years again.
Oh, yeah. Well, they better because it brings in a ton of money.
Old Bernie Ecclestone is here looking for cash.
Right.
He smells money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Rochelle Chouinard's daughter is here. We hope she has a good time.
Yep.
Rochelle, if they're looking for something to do, you got my cell phone number. Give me a call, and if they need me to point them in some direction, I'd be more than happy to. Happy honeymoon. May you have many years of joy and bliss in front of you. That's what I'm supposed to say, right?
It is.
There you go. There you go. So as I said, let's get back to what I was talking about. God, I have ADD tonight.
Well, no, actually, you asked me a question.
Yeah.
And then you had to remember that. But there was also something I wanted to mention.
Okay, and that is?
The BassCat Kids Tournament is back in the books
this
year.
Whoa!
Yeah.
So that means Max Chabot has to adopt some children.
Yeah, he said he would.
Okay.
He said he's going to bring like 3 or 4 kids.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
So yeah, it's scheduled for the 10th of August.
Okay.
The date is not 100% sure.
Right.
We could do it the Saturday.
Do we have a
Sunday.
location? Are we back at the Richelieu River?
We're back at the Richelieu River.
Nice.
I got to give Guy Maillet a call because I think it would be the ideal place to do it. If we're going to do it on the Richelieu, there's no other place to do it.
Guy will make sure they have fun.
He's got a park. He's got the picnic tables. He's got that whole big grass area.
You got it.
It's a great spot, a great location to host a tournament, whether if it's a kids tournament or a regular tournament, whatever the case may be. That's the place to be. And so I'm very excited about that because last year it went to the birds.
Well, there was just no slots, and the weather went kapoof.
Yeah, the weather was terrible.
Yeah, so that's great to hear. I love that tournament. We have a lot of fun with it, and the looks on people's faces. I'll never forget when Brian Sorrells, I guess it was his nephew, caught that monster pike. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that kid is hooked now.
That's it. Well, that's the idea.
Yeah.
You're bringing kids to an event.
Yeah.
That will leave marks for them for years to come.
Yeah, for sure. Those are
leave an impression for them.
Future fishermen, right?
Yep.
Future fishermen.
Yep. That's how you introduce a new generation. You got to take them out on the water. It doesn't have to be a tournament, obviously, but you got to take them out there.
Yeah. Did you see the picture of the 4-ton lobster I put on Facebook?
Yeah, that thing is giant.
Look at the claw on this thing.
There was enough there for you to bring me a little piece at least.
I would have, but I couldn't lift it.
I think I saw you feed it to Bear as you walked in the door too.
Well, he got it first. What can I tell you? Meet me at the door. You get the treats.
I see.
That's one of the advantages of being a dog.
I see. You're always the first one there.
He is always the first one there.
Our caller is in.
Okay, so we're going to introduce him here. We're not going to keep him on.
No, we'll go over the rest of that BS when we get.
Well, that's it. That's it. We'll put in the garlic butter in a minute.
Sounds good.
Our guest tonight is a fella that works for an Ottawa Valley newspaper. His article or his column is called Valley Fish Tales, and it can be read at yourottawaregion.com and the EMC newspapers. So that's www.yourottawaregion.com and the EMC newspapers. And we sort of played phone tag for a while on potentially contributing to the column for some fish stories based on some fishing trips and things that we've done in the past that he could maybe plug into his column. And I thought it was a pretty nice idea and a great idea to be involved with.
Absolutely.
So we just happened to stop playing phone tag today, and we hooked up, and I said, hey, you know something? Why don't you give us a call tonight in the show, and let's tell people what you do.
Sounds good.
So here he is.
Without
further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Derick Dunn. How are you, Mr. Dunn, tonight?
Great, guys. Thanks for having me on. I'm a big fan.
That's no problem, Derick. We're pleased to have you.
Thanks for listening to the show.
Yeah. Derick, just a couple of questions for you tonight because I know you're a busy guy and I know you got a young family there and you're getting ready probably for soccer tomorrow or on the weekend and running around with the kids. How did you get motivated, or what was the inspiration to have Valley Fish Tales come to be?
Yeah, it's funny. I I haven't been doing it all that long, but I've I've been working in the valley for 10 years now. I think I've worked in almost half the towns around here, and so I'll do the kind of boring but important stories that need to be done. The stories about infrastructure debts and things along this line. But I found myself wrapping up a lot of interviews that I do with people with, I don't know how it happened, but it would come around to, talking fishing.
Right.
And I always found that to be infinitely more entertaining and more fun than the stuff that I sort of, was getting paid to do. So,
yeah.
And so I just said, I got to start writing this stuff down. I'm by no means an expert in fishing. I haven't caught a muskie. I've caught some other fish. I'm actually not even from Ontario. I mean, I grew up in PEI, and I've done some lobster fishing when I've had to, and I've done deep sea fishing. I come up here, and I caught a fish. A friend took me out one time, and a fellow that I met when I first come up here, and I caught a fish, and it was a pike, and I couldn't get over what a nasty, nasty beast would come up from the water. and from there, I just, I got hooked, and so I love talking to people about fishing because the way that they talk about fishing often is just better than they seem more comfortable with it than anything else that they can talk about. And so anyway, it's great fun, and I put together a few columns so far, and I'm hoping to keep on going with it. And hopefully I can get some great stories out there for our readers.
Well, that's terrific. It's to me, this is the kind of these are the kind of articles and columns that we need to see more of, that keep people in touch with at the grassroots level about just what fishing is all about. You don't necessarily have to have a $60,000 bass boat and a $60,000 truck running around from place to place. You can have a lot of fun just out there in a regular
fishing
boat.
on the bank, or we've talked about that many times. It's not about what you're using or what kind of boat you're riding or how you got there, what kind of truck you're in, what kind of rod you're fishing with. Those are all bonuses. If you have a nice boat, that's a bonus. If you have a good, say, the top of the line St. Croix rod, well, that's a bonus.
Yeah.
But the idea really is to get out there, and the joy of fishing doesn't change. Whether you're fishing with a Zebco or you're fishing with a high-end St. Croix, it's, the thrill is still there.
So you're saying your roots are from PEI, Derek?
Yes, yeah. There's not a whole lot of fishing left on the island. A lot of the island, the poor rivers have, a lot of silt is built up. So we used to have lots of. My dad was a great. He used to fish for trout on the island, and actually, his bit of his claim to fame is that he was a little guy and he went fishing with Stompin' Tom up in Skinner's Pond.
Whoa.
And until, of course, Stompin' Tom took off, right? So the fishing on the island is. It's not quite as good as it used to be. I'm sure there's people still catching trout around the island. It's not me. But I've done some of the other. You pull up some lunkers, cod and a couple of things like that. But and that's great fun in its own kind of way because you smell the salt air and everything. But it was really whenever I come up here that I discovered that what an amazing thing fishing is.
Right. Well, I can tell you now, I've fished for quite a few years, and I have a lot of friends that are residents in the Ottawa Valley that spend a lot of time up in the lakes up there, especially a lot of time is spent on the Ottawa River, and I've fished it quite a few times. So, I mean, the Ottawa Valley in itself is a great fishery. I'm sure there's not going to be any lack of stories or contributors to.
Well, I'm dying to hear yours.
Yeah.
You got a story for me?
Oh, let me tell you, we've got lots of them, and we've got some happy ones, but we've got some ones that have been very humbling on the Ottawa River that will be, we're
no
problem sharing. So it'll be I'm sure it'll be good. We'll have some good ones for you. The article I mentioned here, your column is available on you're at ottawaregion.com and the EMC newspapers. Is there anywhere else that people can read your stories?
I don't think at the moment. I mean, I might be building up to something depending on how well this goes over the next couple of years. But at the moment, I mean, the website's probably your best bet. But a lot of the papers that people, I think, in the area will recognize the EMC name for the news. But we have a number of, I think, something like 26 newspapers, and it'll be running in a number of those. It's already ran in quite a few of those right now. So.
Okay, great. Well, listen, Derick, I don't want to keep you away from other tasks that you have to do. I know this was a very impromptu invitation that I sent out for you, and I really want to let you know how our listeners appreciate the fact that you're taking out the time on short notice.
Well, listen, I was just glad that you picked up the phone, and let alone invited me on the show. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's this time of the year. I'm usually pretty busy, and I don't mean not to answer the phone to all the calls that I get, but there's just not enough time in the day sometimes. But I do appreciate your persistence, and I'm glad we finally did get to touch base.
Yeah, well, that's great. I appreciate it.
So for our listeners, in case you're not aware, it's called Valley Fish Tales. It's available at yourottawaregion.com and the EMC newspapers. This gentleman's name is Mr. Derick Dunn. He is the writer and the creator and the person who will be maintaining these stories in the future. If people want to get in touch with you, Derick, to send you a story, how would they do that?
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. Well, you can give me a call. We're area code 613.
Okay.
623.
Right.
6571.
Okay.
Or if you don't mind, I have an email address as well that people are free to get a hold of me. Derick, DEREK.
Yeah.
Dunn, DUNN.
Yeah.
At metroland.com. So it's all one word.
So that's Derick.Dunn at metroland.com.
That's me.
Derick, are you also on Facebook?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I have a Facebook account.
Okay.
Okay, great.
So that's DEREK and DUNN on Facebook.
Yep, that's me.
Very nice.
And
Very nice.
love to hear the stories. The only thing that I've ever sort of asked is that we're going to keep them short, and I'm going to keep as many as possible, and they have to be true, or mostly.
Yeah. No fish stories.
Wait a minute.
When we're talking about fishing.
Wait a minute. Where'd it go? What did I just type? Right here. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay. You're asking for true stories from a fisherman, Derick?
That's probably one of the hardest things to do.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, as long as you know, I am not responsible.
Maybe the main point
is fits, right?
Yeah. You can stretch a fish.
Yeah. We've seen it done, right?
We've seen it done.
It's like hammering out a piece of veal.
Yeah, that's about it. All right, Derick, again, thank you very much on behalf of the listeners for showing up on such a short notice. Again, people out there listening into the podcast tonight and playing the podcast, whether you're in your truck or you're sitting on the back deck having a cold one, this is Mr. Derick Dunn, the author of the Valley Fish Tales column. He can be picked up at yourottawaregion.com and EMC newspapers. And Derick.Dunn at metroland.com is his email. Derick, thank you very much, and we will be in touch.
Thank you again, guys. Have a great rest of your show.
You too.
Thanks,
take care.
Take care.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Pleasant fellow.
I think it's time we go to a commercial, because we didn't do our commercial.
Yeah, we got to start paying some bills here.
We skipped the first commercial.
Let's do it quickie.
Maybe we should do a double.
Yeah, we could do a double.
Okay.
Evinrude outboard motors with E-Tech technology are designed to keep you on the water doing what you enjoy and not sitting in the shop. 3 years or 300 hours before you need to service your Evinrude E-Tech power plant. 2-stroke power combined with the economy of a 4-stroke. For those dedicated to water, power, fishing, and fun. Evinrude, official motor sponsor of Mike and Scott's BS Session.
Got my power pole down.
At Power Pole, we know that sport fishing requires the ability to stop your boat and work an area quickly and quietly. Nothing stops your boat faster, safer, or quieter than Power Pole anchors. Our hydraulic technology delivers superior anchoring, The unbelievably fast action means you can stop as soon as you see a fish and hook one without any concern for stress on your transom, even in heavy wind and current. The only stress you'll feel will be on the other end of your line. Power pole, rugged flexibility that will change the way you fish.
Okay, well, there we go. Do we make up for it?
Speaking of power poles, big news today on the fishing community.
Did you see? I pulled out the article.
Yeah.
That remember when we had the power pole on the show?
Yeah, Kurt.
Kurt. Yeah. He mentioned that they had the new micro pole. And I looked it up.
And
it is.
Is it online?
Bomb.
Is there pictures online?
Well, I looked it up in the Bass magazine.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
I found it in the magazine.
Yeah,
I wish I had showed it to you, but.
So what's the big difference on this thing?
I don't know if we're even allowed to talk about it yet.
Well, if it's in the magazine, everybody knows.
Well, not everybody knows, but it's just it's a different apparatus altogether. It's not.
Really?
I thought it was going to be a mini pole.
Yeah.
It's not.
What does it do?
I got to pull up the picture. It's hard for me to.
I'll do a Google on this puppy.
Yeah.
While we're doing that, big news today.
Let's hear it.
One of the major players in this game took a huge step forward in becoming one of the more notable personalities in the industry. And you know what he did?
No.
He bought a pickup truck.
Oh, yeah. Loic.
Loic Ayat.
Yeah.
Webmaster extraordinaire. The king of the banner.
Yeah.
The queen of... No, never mind that.
No, that's only on Saturday.
That's it. Yeah. He picked up a Dodge Ram.
Yeah, he went with the Dodge Ram.
Now he went from my books of sort of regular guy to... He's got a pair now.
A classy guy.
He's got a pair.
Yeah.
He's got a pair now. It's going to be pulling his...
With his two power poles.
Going... It's balling. Same color as the boat.
He asked me for time off today.
What?
Yeah.
Get out.
He says, listen, we're busy with the show, this and that.
Yeah.
Would you mind if we took some time off?
What?
I said, what?
What is he?
I said, look, there's no time off.
No. There's no rest for the
I said, Mike isn't gonna accept that.
I'm glad you stepped in.
I did.
I'm glad.
Well, I was protecting him because if he had even gone one step further and asked you,
that was it.
It would have been over.
He was gone. I'm off. Look,
I saved your skin. I saved your hide.
I'm going to outsource Loic to India or something.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Loic, don't ever bring it up again.
Yeah, I don't like guys that slack off. You know that.
Yeah.
They got it. So yeah, he's. But then I saw the truck. I said, maybe we were paying him too much.
Yeah.
Maybe we're paying him too much. I'm going to show you the picture here.
I did. I know. I'll show it.
Yeah, I'll show you. Hold on. There it is.
What color? Red?
It's red. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Nice.
There it is.
Match the boat.
It matches the boat. Look at
those
that.
Power poles.
Look at those power poles, eh? Look at that. See the little puppies on the back there? Yeah.
Next year we got to get them to change that thing.
Yeah. The other thing that the power poles are hanging on.
The power poles?
Yeah, I don't know.
That thing's got to go.
It looks like, what is hanging back there? It looks like a bird's nest or something.
It looks like what comes out of a bird.
Oh, yeah. We
won't go there.
Yeah, we won't go there. It's hanging on, what's this thing?
That's another thing that...
Yeah, this is like a big aluminum container?
It's something like a barrel.
Barrel? Is it a barrel?
A barrel with...
I don't know what he's towing. Maybe he's towing out the garbage.
Ooh, that hurts.
Is that what he's doing?
That hurts.
Oh, I'm just asking.
I don't know.
What do you see?
I see a big like red machine. With like... But he's got some style now.
He's balling.
One step at a time.
He's blinging.
Yeah,
he's pimping.
That's a nice truck.
Yeah.
Loic, congratulations on the truck.
Very nice. I'm sure the little woman's going to love it.
I'm sure.
And the kiddies are just going to trash the back seat.
That's good what they do best.
That's what they're good for. But congratulations, Loic. You're going to love that truck. Just get ready. Your best friend is going to be the gas station.
Yeah.
But welcome to the pickup truck.
Anytime you got a V8 and a pickup truck, doesn't matter what brand you're running, it's going to cost you a ton of cash.
It's going to cost you money. But, hey, they're fun to drive. Everything that's fun costs money.
Yeah.
So, yes, where are we? Get back.
Well, I'll look it up here.
Tonight is like ADD night.
Yeah,
I need some Ritalin or something. So yeah, we're going to talk about some upcoming events tonight. Wait a minute, is that where we are? Yeah, we're down there. We're in there. I'm losing track here. July 14th, Lake St. Louis. If you have never come and fished a ripple, Fishing Canada ripple on Lake St. Louis, or a ripple period, this is the one. This thing always is a ball. It is a crazy time. Tons of teams show up for this one. I think we're already over 20 teams for this one, and it's July 14th. This is going to sell out, guaranteed. We're going to have some crazy prizing, Ego S2 sliders. We're going to have some culling stuff. All of this stuff is supplied via our number one bling man on the market, Gary Gosford at Fish and Tech. So get out there, get yourself registered in Fishing Canada for this event. We always have a great time there. I forget who won it last year. Trying to think who won. I don't remember. Anyway, point is, this is going to be a crazy event. Go to fishingcanada.net and get yourself signed up. We're going to have a lot of fun. A lot of good prizes.
The pictures of the mini pole aren't up yet.
Well, go to images.
Yeah, that would help, huh?
Yeah, that usually helps you get pictures that way.
No, but you see, look.
You don't see anything?
There's nothing.
There's nothing that shows you? Nothing?
Not yet.
That's not it.
No.
Okay, I don't see anything.
No. It's not ready.
What do they call it? The
mini. I think he called it the mini.
No, it's something the micro.
Mini or micro?
It was micro. Yeah, it's micro.
Micro pole.
Micro pole. So it's the power.
I got it right here. Micro.
Micro pole. So are we going to ICAST?
I'd love to go to ICAST.
Yeah. I think we should go to the F1 race on Sunday and talk about going to ICAST. And there it is. Oh, that's a power pole.
No, that's a power pole. I'm telling you, it doesn't look anything like a power pole.
Really?
Yeah.
That's scary. Like, is it as good? Or does it look like
It's not a power pole.
Well, what the hell is it then?
I can't tell you.
Is it the same as the guy that has the stick that goes around picking up the paper in the park?
Exactly.
I knew it.
No, you see, they just have not.
I don't see anything.
They have not brought it to us yet.
Okay. So, we're going to have to keep an eye out for it.
Yeah.
Because.
Well, we're going to need some help.
Now, is this going to be something you can put on big boats too?
Yeah, I believe so.
So why is it called micro? Because it's smaller?
Because it's small.
Oh. I gotcha now. So it's not just for smaller boats, like we thought. We thought. Yeah.
It wasn't what we thought at all.
The boys are tricky. The boys at Power Pole are tricky. They're evil.
They're playing mind games with us.
Lenny and Kurt, you gotta watch.
We gotta get Kurt back on so he can.
We're gonna have Lenny on.
Or Lenny.
We're gonna get Lenny.
And they can explain this to us a little bit.
Yeah, it's just exactly what's going on.
You know, he broke.
Yeah,
he broke out and told us there's something new.
That's it.
Yeah, we're left hanging.
I know.
I think we got to get him on soon, next week.
Yeah. We're gonna send Gino down to pay him a little visit.
Yeah.
You know, maybe persuade him.
I wish I had more time in Florida. I would have loved to have gone down to the Power Pole plant.
You were close.
It's in Tampa. It's on the other side. It's on the West Coast.
Oh, it's on the West
Coast.
Okay.
So I'm on the East Coast. So I didn't. Otherwise, I would have gone for sure.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Because the weather at the fishing was terrible anyway.
Yeah, we almost lost you.
I was afraid for my life.
I almost lost you.
I was afraid for my life.
And I had nothing to do with the guy who tied that brick to your leg.
Yeah, no, I'm sure you didn't.
I had nothing to do with that.
No.
And I took that personally when you told me about that.
The only problem is the guy had a big envelope in his back pocket.
Yeah, so
and for some reason I saw the letters Mike in the top left corner.
It's his Christmas card.
And Brossard, you know.
Yeah, he's sending me a Christmas card.
I see. But it was like an inch and a half thick, you know.
It's a big card.
Okay.
And I had nothing to do with the fact that your cylinder was missing in your life preserver.
Right. Okay,
you know,
that wasn't you.
No.
Oh,
and I was very disappointed to hear about that.
Oh, well, I'm glad I'm still around.
I was also very disappointed that the brick was small.
Yeah, well, I think the envelope needed to be a little bit thicker.
Oh, that would have got the bigger brick.
Yeah, exactly.
I gotcha. So yeah, I'm sorry to hear about that.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
Yeah. Some upcoming events. If you want to go do that, and I'll do this. Upcoming events. So I did talk to you about July 14th, Lake St. Louis, fishingcanada.net. This is our first bass event of the year, by the way, of 2013, and we're really excited for this one. We have got a crazy setup coming down. We've got prizing from Mustang. We got prizing from Power Pull, Ego 2 S2 slider nets, crazy nets, best nets on the market right now. Fish and Tech, all right. Gary Gosford, the King of Bling, is going to be in there. We also have stuff from Navionics. We got stuff from Evinrude, BRP. It's just going to be insane. St. Croix, I received some donation prizing rods today. You are not going to be disappointed. So get yourself down to this event. Go to www.fishin-canada.net and sign yourself in there and get signed up for this Lake St. Louis bonanza. It is going to be a lot of fun.
The Ripple.
Yep. Also, Econobass is kicking off June 15th on the Richelieu River. So this will be bass season in full swing, right? Hey, you know something? I was just looking. We didn't touch this.
Oh, we didn't touch a lot of stuff tonight.
At all. We had just too much stuff.
I know.
So we're going to keep it. I told people we're going to talk about series opening up on opening day and that kind of behavior. So we'll do it on another show.
And we were also going to talk about fishing south versus fishing the north.
Yeah, so I think that we'll keep it for another show.
Right? Yeah, because we're running out of time.
We don't have enough time today. So we'll keep it for another show. But that being said, we're going to probably go down and maybe get some shots and some interviews at the Econobass launch of their season for 2013 down at the Guimailly launch on the Richelieu River, which is a great fishery if you've never done it. We'll be having one event down there this year. And as Scotty mentioned to you before, August 10th.
Yes,
August 10th will be the children's Ripple and barbecue. So bring your kids. Again, same thing. Go to www.fishingcanada.net.
Check it out over there. The page will be up and running probably by next week sometime.
Max Shabbat will put up the event. You can start signing in and getting your kids signed up. And that at the same time, do that as soon as you can, because then it gives everybody who's donating prizes and food for the event time to get the
and it's
stuff
a real
together.
easy event. You know, we show up. Well, I'll be there bright and early, but if you guys show up at about 7:30, we get on the water for 8:30.
That's it.
It's a non-pressure event. So we're not bound by the stopwatch.
No, everybody wins a prize.
Yeah. So by 1 o'clock, we could be off the water.
Yeah.
And those who want to go back onto the water after the barbecue are more than welcome to still hang out and go and do that.
For sure. And anybody wants a test drive on an Evinrude, I'll be more than happy to take you out.
We'll both be there.
Yeah, so you'll definitely have the opportunity to see just how well these Evinrude engines run.
Yep.
And I'll be photographing the day and also giving some photos, making photos available to the parents with their kids. So it's always a great time, always a good time. And I know last year, Milan and Stefan were going to donate some food. Maybe they will again this year on behalf of QCTacoShop.com. And and I know BassCat will be involved with this.
Yeah,
donating some stuff.
Murphy,
there's a doorbell. There's a doorbell. So that will be going. So that's all good. So remember those dates, August 10th and July 14th for the next events that are up and coming. The next portion of the show is called the Shout Out. If any of you listened to the show previously, you know that here is where we talk to all the people that typically we cross paths with during the season and during the organization of these events. These people are both enablers, they're good friends, they're contributors, and many of them are the reason that we keep going and do what we do. First of all of our friends and members of Team Evinrude and from the Rude crew, Jill Johnson, who I spoke to today. Jill's going through a very exciting time as she's a first-time grandma with little Chelsea, and she's helping out Ben and his wife.
How long before you become
learn how to
grandpa?
be mommy? It's going to be a while.
What are you talking about? It's going to be a while. It could happen any day.
It could. Technically, it could happen every day, but
I mean,
it's not planned.
Your youngest, has he got a girlfriend, like a steady girlfriend now?
Yeah.
Okay, because the twins have steady girlfriends.
Yeah.
Like moving in.
Yeah. All that. That's all.
I'm telling you.
So that could happen anytime. But when I talk to them about kids, They have a different perspective than we did. But that changes.
Men don't decide.
No, I know they don't. We both know that.
You need to have the conversation with the girlfriend.
Oh, we already had that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we had that one.
Okay.
So we'll see. We'll see how things pan out, right? So congratulations to Jill and Ben and everybody down there in Jill's family. It's a really exciting time, and she's having a great time. We had a great conversation today. Cynthia Bichette, who's really, really funny, her son is turning into Evel Knievel.
What?
Yeah, he's doing handstands on a mini motorcycle around her house.
Oh,
so
boy.
I think Cynthia is going to be shopping for a wig by the time this kid's about 12 years old.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So it was really fun. I spoke to Cynthia today also, and we had a great conversation about the reports that we're putting up from the events, et cetera, and how I want to know how things are going with our team up there in Evinrude, and let her know what's going on here with us. And it's always great talking with her. She's a really pleasant and fun person, and I'm really happy to be a part of this, the BRP Evinrude family. And our good friend and tech guy, Pierre Ouellette. I haven't spoken to Pierre in a while, but maybe we'll touch base with him soon.
Yeah, they've probably been very busy. They're restaffing the company.
Yeah, and the IOP was down there.
He's multitasking.
He's multitasking. And they have a new district sales manager, by the way.
Yeah.
Who they've named, Mr. Lavoie. I think it's Denis Lavoie is the name. I hope I get that right.
Is it Denis Lavoie?
I believe it's Denis Lavoie. Let me just take a look here, because I would not want to get this wrong.
No, I wasn't. I didn't know if it was Denis Lavoie. I thought it was something else.
Did you?
Somebody else.
Okay, let me just take a look here.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. No, not there. Let me go and find the email.
There it is.
This is not that one.
No,
not that one. Not that
Thought you had it.
Oh, here it is. What's his name? Oh, God. It must be in the attachment.
Open the attachment.
Yeah.
Simone.
Is it Simone Lavoie, is it?
No, here, look at it.
Where? Yeah, Simon Labelle. I'm sorry. So the new district sales manager for Evinrude is Simon Labelle, and we're really happy to hear that he's now in the new position.
I can't wait to meet the guy.
I can't wait to meet him either. I hope he's ready to meet us.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's ready to meet us.
We're not your mama's pro staff.
No, sir.
But we're going to have some fun.
And I passed all the exams.
I know you did.
I went through them all.
I know. It only was 12 hours?
Yeah, 12 hours, and I passed by the skin of my teeth. That was okay.
Well,
like 62%.
Lots of pictures.
Yeah, yeah, lots of pictures.
No, you did good. You did really good. We're really proud to have you as part of the crazy Canuck Rude crew.
Made it.
We made it. Also, Ed Pudfat up at Paddle Tails. I had a couple of people sending emails to me this week looking for an outlet or an area to get Zico shoes. So I definitely directed them up to Ed, who retails Zico shoes. If you're looking for a pair, support Ed up at Paddle Tails in Winchester, Ontario. He carries, and
hopefully we'll get a distributor up here too soon.
Yeah, well that's it. So he carries the entire line. So
you're working a little bit on that too.
Let's go. Rochelle Chouinard of Navionics de Rochelle. We hope your daughter and new son-in-law, member of the family, have a great time here in Montreal. And we thank you for your support and all the stuff that we get from Navionics for all our events. Wayne and the boys at Bennett's Tackle, and Scott over at Zico Shoes. It was great talking to you this week, Scott. And stay in touch and let us know how things are moving down at headquarters in Cali.
Yep.
In Cali.
Big Cali.
In Cali.
And you were busy at Fish and Tech last week.
Yeah,
putting on the poles.
Yeah, poles are on, motors are on,
with all the electronics,
blinging
lights,
with the king of
this
bling.
and that, LED.
Gary's a man.
Yeah, you're blinged out right now.
Oh yeah. I need six full batteries just for my LED.
Exactly. Yeah. You're not running 431s anymore.
No.
You're running 631s.
631s, and I am officially the beacon for the door valve control tower.
That's right. Yeah.
When I turn on those lights.
You're deviating flights.
Yes, I am.
Unfortunately, they got wheels and they're trying to land on water.
They're trying to, but that's okay. Good buddy Jean-Martin Landry from St. Croix. Thank you again for all your support and the family up at St. Croix. Without them, it would be very difficult to put these events on and bring them to the level of quality that we do. And also Ken Golub. Ken, we saw today's results of the FLW. Don't get discouraged.
Keep your head up.
Get your butt out of Grand Lake and let's move on to the next one.
Move on to Kentucky. I think it's Kentucky Lake.
Is he on his way to Kentucky?
Let me see right here. Lake Chickamauga.
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 How do you spell that?
I don't even know why they would name a lake Chickamauga.
No, I don't know either. Sponsor recognition tonight. Claude Castonguay, Benoit Blanc, and Derek Lemieux of Maple Grove Marine. They keep my boat on the water.
Tennessee.
Oh, in Dayton, Tennessee? Lake
Dayton,
Chickamauga.
yeah.
Lake Chickamauga. Lake Chickamauga. Lake
Yeah,
Chickamauga.
sounds like a dance. It's the next big dance.
It is, from Dayton, Tennessee. So good luck, Ken, and keep the chin up. Hopefully we can recover enough to make that final, the classic. And Paddle Tails Tackle, we just mentioned to you, they talk bass fishing in Winchester, Ontario. And our new sponsor, Ego S2 Slider Nets. Let the revolution begin. You've got to take a look at these nets. If you're at the Ripple, come up and see me. I'll show you them.
They're ultralight nets. They
work
flawlessly.
They extend
and
with
they
one
float.
hand, and they float. Exactly. Beautiful nets. Navionics, making sure you get back on both land and water.
And we got here power poles. Nothing holds your boat stronger than a power pole anchor.
Mm-hmm.
Mustang Survival. They save lives for a living.
Look them up at www.mustangsurvival.com.
You can also find our podcast here on iTunes.
Yes, podcast
in
section.
the podcast section. blogtalkradio.com for your laptop or desktop.
Mm-hmm.
fishingcanada.net where you can click on the link and you can get automatic downloads into your computer also.
Mm-hmm.
Or the WRVO
Radio Network.
Located at
outdoors.com. And Spreaker.com. Look for the Fishing Canada Radio, and they also have a mobile app. So,
hey, it's Father's Day weekend, isn't it?
No, that's next weekend.
Oh, it's next weekend.
Yeah, it's next weekend.
Okay.
I think, but it's not this weekend.
It's not this weekend.
No, I would know.
Okay. Well, I thought I would know too, but apparently I don't.
But I have no clue. It could be. I almost missed Mother's Day. That was bad enough. They don't care when you miss Father's Day. Just don't miss Mother's Day.
Don't miss Mother's Day. Father's Day is not important.
It's not totally irrelevant. It's Power Tool Day. That's
exactly.
Yeah.
Basically, it's Dad gets to go fishing day.
Well, the funny thing is, when we're talking about power tools, we're going over our time, but who gives a rat's?
We always go over our time.
My buddy's walking through Runner Depot the other day, and he wants one of those new fancy miter saws, right?
Right.
You know, they angulate this way.
Yeah, they tilt left, right, up,
right,
down.
right?
Yeah.
It's like in there. So he walks up, and his wife's with him, right? And he looks at this thing, and she sees him looking at it.
He's drooling.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like $1,000 for
then
this.
He's probably going to use it maybe 4 times.
Yeah, but here's what he does to me. He tells me this at work. I'm almost crying. He says, "Honey," she says, no way we're spending $1,000 on this thing. Forget it. You're never getting this thing." He looks at it. He says, "Honey, look at this. This is not a saw. Look close. Look real close. It's a deck. It's a patio."
Yeah, right?
Right? It's that gazebo that you've always wanted.
Right.
It's the new fence. That's what it is. And
this is a smart man.
She bought it.
It's a smart man.
She bought it.
See? This is people, you got to learn.
That is creativity, my friend.
It is. That's how you sell something.
That's right. It's not a saw, honey.
You don't sell just the item.
No.
You sell the image.
The potential.
The potential.
Thing, right?
Yeah.
It's not a saw, honey. It's a deck. It's a fence.
Exactly.
I know a few that had hit me in the back of the head if I had tried that one.
I tried that with my ex-wife at one point when I went poker. I went to a poker night.
Yeah.
I said, "Honey, it's not about me going to play poker.
No.
It's about the $100 that I'm going to give you when I get back."
That's it.
You know?
Yeah. It
didn't go over. So
it's like
it didn't work.
No.
It's not a deck.
No. That's it. You got to associate it to something.
I had to expand a little bit.
Yeah, maybe a bit more creativity.
Yeah, I was on the right track.
But he got his saw.
Yeah, that's great.
And he's got every project lined up for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got him chained to it.
I
said, I hope you like it.
$1,000.
It's $1,000. Big investment. So that's the show for tonight, my friend. And we're going to punch the card on this one. We got a big weekend ahead. We might wind up at Formula One doing a couple of interviews.
Or a couple of shots.
Or a couple of shots. Both in the camera and liquid.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
That would be fun. Scotty, let's punch a card on this one. Everybody who's listening today, tight line. Get on the water. Bass season is upon us.
Thanks for listening.
Take care.
This one's a wrap. We hope you enjoyed the show. You can subscribe on iTunes, the WRVO Network, Spreaker.com, www.blogtalkradio.com, and www.fishin-canada.net. See you next time for another BS session.